What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Off the Top podcast. My name is Tom.
C note.
Make sure you press subscribe. We're here every week. We're covering new music, the news. We're doing it all. Today we got a lot of good stuff. We have a Benny the Butcher album, a Logic album, a Polo G album. We got 100 gigs for your head top from Drake, which featured 3 new singles. We got to talk about those. We got a JID and Denzel collab album possibly on the
Yep,
way.
yep.
We're going to rank the track list for the Death of Slim Shady. We're going to rank some rappers later. Lots of stuff today, so subscribe. We love you. Follow the socials. I think that's everything we're doing today.
Good job, Tom. Good job. All right, let's go.
Did I remember it all? I remembered it all. See? Good thing I
I think
practiced.
so. I think so.
But yeah, most importantly, subscribe. That's what you
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
get
yeah,
out of
yeah,
it.
yeah. They know.
So I guess we can start with the
Fucking
100
college.
gigs for your head top because I love the name of it. It's
All
at
right.
100gigs.org. I don't know how you get a .org, but when you're Drake, you could probably get a .gov if you really wanted to.
Sure,
What if you
yeah.
put it on 100gigs.gov? That would be kind of epic.
I mean, Canada would do it for him, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. What is their .gov though? It's probably like .dumbass or something.
What is Canada without Drake, anyway? Maple syrup
They got
and
Bieber.
NFR podcast.
They got Bieber. I mean, Bieber was putting on for them before Drake.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's
Wasn't it?
true.
They were around
Yeah.
the same time.
Around the same time. Yeah.
Who else is Canadian that's big like that? Ryan Reynolds, GOAT.
I don't know.
They got Deadpool, bro. Come on. There's a lot of good Canadians.
You
There
ain't
are.
really speaking to me with that one, but all right, come on, let's move on.
But yeah, we got 100 gigs, which is basically 100 gigabytes, literally, of unreleased content that we got from Drake. There's only 3 songs. We got Blue, Red, Green, Housekeeping Knows featuring Lotto, and It's Up featuring 21 Savage and Young Thug. But there's
And-
also like, yep,
Yeah, mixed in with the songs is like behind the scenes footage of all types of shit. Him rehearsing some songs with Rihanna, him writing some songs for Kanye, doing some samples here and there. Yeah, there's a bunch of different shit in there.
yeah, there's full studio sessions, like him in the studio. There's clips of him talking about other artists. There's alternate covers to albums, like we saw alternate for all the Dogs covers, alternate Her Loss covers. So like we got a lot of cool content actually. But obviously the main topic of conversation is the 3 new songs that we got. So we just listened to them again, so we kind of have them fresh in our memory. Blue, Green, Red was the first one we listened to. That's like the solo song. And like I think that's like a fine song. It's
It's
nothing
alright.
crazy. It's like a 6, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's Drake doing his best Central C impression. It seemed like, but
The
yeah,
accent is crazy.
kind of mid though.
Dude, okay. People give him shit for the accents, but I mean, he's got a lot of accents in the back.
Dude,
There's so many. He's always
dude is
got
like
a
a
new one.
chameleon, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, which is, I mean,
Motherfucker
that's
is
a
like a
good skill to
chameleon.
have.
Yeah, I mean, he's versatile. If Drake is anything, Drake is versatile. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
give it to him.
Like, he could hop on a track with Bob Marley and sound like he's a Jamaican from the
Yo,
80s.
I'm telling you.
Like, it's crazy. But yeah, we got,
yeah,
that was Blue, Green, Red. It's kind of him doing, like, a weird version of, like, UK rap style, at least his voice inflections. Then the second one was Housekeeping Knows with Lotto, which is kind of like a love ballad Drake, classic Drake R&B song with a Lotto feature. It's, yeah, I mean, that's kind of sums it up. It's like a classic R&B Drake song with a Lotto feature. That's kind of
yeah.
sums it up.
Again, kind of mid. I mean, you know what I prefer from Drake? I like him rapping. These are kind of both just like vibe club songs. Nothing that really caught my ear, but the last one is kind of fire though.
Yeah, the third and final one, the one that everyone's loving online, is It's Up. It's featuring a verse from 21 Savage, ad-libs, and a little bit of a verse from Young Thug, which we mentioned, Colin kind of brought up when we were listening to it. Like, it does kind of sound like Thug recorded that in jail, like on a phone speaker or something. Like, it's not the best audio quality.
Yeah, the quality is weird. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it
It
is.
just
I
sounds
agree.
weird.
It is. But I mean, overall, It's Up, the song. Like, it is a good song. Drake's versus Fire, 21's versus, like, one of my favorite 21 verses on a Drake song. I'm trying to think, like, they have obviously a whole album together, so there's a lot of them, but, like, 21's verse is really good on that. And then it's nice to hear from Thug, because free Thug. Like, you know, it's just nice to hear his
course.
voice.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that the quality was kind of shitty, but yeah, it was good though. Like you said, it was a good 21 verse. Drake was in his rapping bag, which I prefer. And yeah, like you said, it's good to hear from Thug, although it seemed like it was through a cell phone.
Is this a lead up to an album? Like, why is he giving us 100 gigabytes? Like, here, let me just pull this up on the
To
screen.
me, it
What?
seemed like after the beef, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of clips in here and shit that he released, like I mentioned, him doing his version of a demo for Kanye, um him rehearsing with Rihanna, you know what I'm saying? Kind of taking sneak shots at ASAP Rocky and obviously Kanye for the beef that he's been in over the past 6 months or whatever. That's what it felt like to me. You know what I'm saying? He feels like he's kind of just dragging it on, but who knows?
Yeah, because right here at the very top, there's a folder called New, and it's blue, green, red, housekeeping knows, and that's like the main topic of conversation, obviously. But if you go through here, like Air Drake, that's the name of his jet, 221 videos in here. Like, that's insane. Apollo, 10 videos. Architecture, 23 files. Um, Red Lebanese, 100 files. Like, we haven't
Yeah,
dug through all these, but there's like actually a lot of content here. And like you mentioned, have you ever seen that performance of him and Rihanna playing the song at the VMAs? Like, it is a really good performance, but there's like footage of them rehearsing that performance. Like, it's like for years and years and years of footage. It's not just recent shit. It goes back to like 2010.
yeah, nah, there's like a bunch of miscellaneous shit through his whole career in there. And yeah, 100 gigs. I mean, bunch of shit.
So do you think that it's like a lead up to an album? Like, how soon do you think we could actually see a Drake album? Because he put out For All the Dogs at the end of last year. It's not like that's even an old album. Like, we got
I
that
mean,
semi recently.
if anybody releases a lot of music, it's Drake. You know what I mean? So there will be a Drake album soon.
Here,
Probably before the end of the year. I wouldn't doubt it. Do you think
so,
it'll go number one though?
oh yeah. I mean, a Drake album is gonna go number one. Did honestly never mind
Easily,
go
right?
number one,
I mean, probably.
unless Taylor does her thing like he did to Vultures 2. Because Vultures 2, Kanye, real quick, has 11 straight number one albums up until
Oh,
now.
right.
And Vultures 2 would have been his 12th consecutive number one.
Hell no.
But Taylor Swift's whatever the fuck is
Has nothing
blocking
to
it.
do. No, it has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. It was a shitty ass fucking album, bro. I'm
But
sorry.
her
Kanye. That
album,
shit was ass.
but he's clearly number two. Like, if she wasn't still there from her album that's a year
Sure.
old, like, they would be number one. It is
Yeah,
Taylor
but if he
Swift.
put in the full effort and released it done, it probably would have went number one. So that's his own fault.
I mean, she
It
blocked
seems
Billy.
like I'm hating, but like, bro.
She blocked Billy, though. You know, like,
Yeah, but
she's
the
been
album was
doing this all
bad,
year
bro.
to multiple
Yeah,
people.
sure,
But
sure,
Billy's
sure.
isn't, is my point. Like, Billy put out a really strong album.
I'll say
and got
Vultures
blocked.
2 did not deserve to continue that streak. Let's say that.
Vultures 1 didn't. He's lucky he got to 11.
Vultures 1 was alright. Vultures 2 made me mad. I'm not gonna lie.
But Vultures 1 isn't a number one album to me.
It is, it's Kanye. It makes sense.
That's why. But
Yeah.
I mentioned in the 100 gigs for your head top that there were some alternate album covers. So I found the link here and I just want to pull these up. So we got a couple alternate album covers. Let me know what you think. So this is a For All the Dogs alternate cover, obviously.
Yeah, it's infinitely better than
The one we
Adonis's
got?
drawing.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like this one, but I actually prefer the one we got, I think.
Nah, bro, what? You're tripping. Fucking
And
hard, dude. What
I
are you
assume-
talking about?
Is this Her Loss or For All the Dogs? This
Her
must
loss? Her
this is-
certified lover boy, probably?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, CLB. This is a better CLB cover, for sure.
Well, yeah. The CLB cover is fucking
It's the
awful.
worst cover of all time.
Yo, Drake's got some bad covers. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these covers are better.
I don't hate the For All the Dogs cover. I don't love
Dude,
it.
it's
I don't
bad.
hate it, though.
It's
I
bad.
like it. It's fine to me.
It's
This
it's a bad cover.
You think this is better than the one we got?
No, that one's pretty bad.
And then these are 5 alternate Her Loss covers. You can see here in the top left where my cursor is, like, that's the woman's face we ended up getting as the Her Loss cover, but with, like, some tag over it. And there's a bunch of alternate covers. I think the Her Loss one, they made the right choice. I don't hate this dice
I like the
one here,
bottom right one, yeah. That one's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
but I do think the Her Loss cover is, like, an iconic, really great album cover.
Yeah, I like the
it's-
cover. It's a good cover.
strong cover to me. But yeah, this CLB one is actually sick. It's like a
Pretty good.
watercolor
Yeah, it's
painting.
pretty
Like
good.
that one's dope. Maybe they didn't do it for the nudity, but like I guess there are some nipples. I was gonna say that none of them got nipples, but they do. But yeah, I think this is the controversial one because like you could argue that this is better. Like I do
It's
like
definitely
this
better.
one. I just don't. I didn't know people hated the For All the
I
Dogs
don't
cover.
hate it. It's just not a good cover.
It's
I
not
don't look
good,
at it
no.
and cringe, but it's not good.
I just don't
This
think
is
it's
a good cover.
particularly bad. This one is cool. Like I do like it. Is it from somewhere else or is this original artwork? It looks familiar to me for some reason.
No, it's obviously like heavy metal inspired, some shit
Yeah.
like that, but nah, it looks original.
But yeah, so like we got alternate covers, tons of footage. Like it is actually really cool, even if you don't fuck with Drake right now because of everything that's going on. Like it is cool to see. Like there's literally hundreds and hundreds of videos of like studio. There's a video that went viral of him talking about how Little Yachty is a genius basically for making Poland because no one is that free of a thinker was the quote that he used. And like I just thought that was weird because I love Poland, but like I do feel like anyone could have made that. But I guess his point is, but they didn't. Like
But they
anyone could have
didn't.
made this, but they
Yeah,
did.
but they didn't. So yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I've said on the show before, I like Yachty. I don't hate on Yachty. Yachty's dope.
No, I love Poland. When that came out, I bumped that. Like, I don't. There's something
Yeah.
about that song that's just like super catchy. But yeah, I'm sure throughout the week this week we'll kind of watch more of the shit. There's just so much to go through, but it is out there. 100gigs.org. If you want to go watch tons and tons of footage of Drake, it's out there.
Yeah, we'll skim through it. I'll try to skim through it a little bit this week, see if there's anything maybe like interesting that we missed. But yeah, you know how it is. It's just pictures of him hitting a hookah and shit, probably, and
There's a lot of that.
drinking and at the strip club. You know how Drake is.
It is.
But I'll,
I
I'll skim through it.
I like that kind of stuff though. Like I literally spend a lot of time like watching movie directors or artists or actors like just talking about behind the scenes shit. And I like watching BTS of movies and deleted scenes. Like I love all that shit. So like this is cool to me. Like I'm
Yeah,
glad he did it, even though it is
dive
kind
into
of a
that
weird
bitch.
move.
Then there's a lot of good shit in there.
No, yeah, it is crazy. I did think the Rihanna one was interesting though, because clearly she was mentioned back and forth in the beef,
Yeah,
and then he posted a video of him like not love making, love
definitely not.
dancing. What do you call that? Like
Just rehearsing,
sensually
performing,
dancing. Yeah, but they're
performing.
like they're loving up on each other back in those days, so
A
they're
little
getting
bit.
touchy feely on this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
And he puts it out now, 15 years after it happened. Like it is kind of like
On
okay.
top of the Kanye shit, and I'm sure there's some other shit in there too.
Oh yeah, did you mention the Kanye one? That there's videos of him making reference tracks for Kanye songs and shit like that. Like there's a
Yep,
lot of good stuff in
demos,
there. Yeah,
recording demos for Kanye songs, and yeah,
but
writing for
overall,
Kanye
like
essentially.
I'm glad he did it. Some people think it's just like him trying to take the attention off all the other shit, but I think it's cool. I think other artists should do this.
I feel like he's just egging it on even more with the Rihanna shit and the Kanye shit. I mean, ASAP Rocky and Kanye are not touching Drake right now. Obviously, Kanye is washed. ASAP Rocky's not as big as Drake.
No,
It wouldn't really be close. I mean, yeah, you could argue Drake rap better in the Kendrick battle. You know what I'm saying? We've had this conversation.
then who?
Than Kendrick.
Oh yeah, sure.
You could definitely argue it, but the thing was Drake was never gonna win. Kendrick
Yeah,
had Kendrick has the people. Kendrick
is
always
Kendrick.
had the people. Kendrick is Kendrick. Drake was never beating Kendrick, no matter how hard he rapped. You know what I'm saying?
He's the
So
boogeyman.
really though, like it's crazy.
He was always called it, and now he's earned it. You
He
know.
proved that shit, yeah. Because and Drake made his best song of all time in our opinion. And
I
it
was gonna
still
say
wasn't enough.
it still might be my favorite from the beef. Like I don't. I
That's
mean, I love Not Like Us.
This is
and
what I'm saying.
Euphoria,
You could
but
argue that he rapped better technically. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Maybe. I mean, Euphoria probably is technically better than
but
Family
Not Like
Matters,
Us
but
isn't like a crazy rapping song.
no, of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's an artist that you would love to see do this? Like, who do you want 100 gigabytes of behind the scenes from? Like Eminem, or is there
Yeah,
like someone more underground you would like to see?
Wayne would be dope.
A one. Now you mention that, I oftentimes wonder
Tyler,
in my mind, what's Lil
Earl.
Wayne doing right now? I
Yeah.
think that all the time. Tyler
Lil
would
Wayne's
be dope.
chilling.
Tyler studio sessions from Tyler would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Old
Earl,
Mac
Alchemist.
Old Mac Miller sessions, like if that footage exists.
I want to see some Alchemist sessions. Yeah, I'll tell you. There's a lot of shit out there I would like to see.
Yeah, so like I appreciate it as a fan. Like it's cool
Yeah,
that he did it. So
yeah, it's dope. But
did
yeah, we'll
we
review those songs later. I
we did
guess,
that.
or did we?
We did that.
What did we say? Were they just good?
We
So
talked
yeah,
about
oh
each one
yeah,
individually.
yeah. I guess we did. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Did we
okay.
talk last week about the JID and Denzel album? Was that last week we talked about that? Or was it 2 weeks
No,
ago?
it was a couple weeks ago that
Okay.
yeah, I guess you said it already. JID and Denzel. Um, Denzel went on an Apple Music interview or something like that, and they
With
asked him
Zane Lowe. Yeah.
with Zane Lowe, and they asked him who would he like to do a collab album with most, and
Mm.
he said JID, which makes sense. JID is one of the rappers that are most in prime form right now. JID's in his prime basically, and one of the best rappers out. And Denzel and JID both have some of the best flows in the game, so that'd be a super interesting collab album. But here we have Denzel with our boys over at NFR talking further on the subject. So let's watch the clip.
Me and him always had good songs together. Like he was on numerous amount of my albums, you know what I'm saying? And I worked on stuff with him as well, you know. And when I told Apple Music that I was interested in working with him, he instantly called me when it went viral, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
Because I wasn't even on Twitter and shit.
Yeah. What was his reaction?
Nah, his reaction was he just called me. He was just like, "Hey, yo, bro, like at some point, let's do it."
Wow.
And I was like, "For sure." That's all it is.
That is gonna be like collab album of the fucking decade, bro. When that happens, like you guys have never missed the Bruh remix, Sirens.
Yeah, you
It's
got to
just-
look at it like most people like will want like a Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole collab, and you know what I'm saying. And we never got to see that, especially where you see what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
like you're definitely not gonna get that shit. You know, I don't want this to age like milk. It might happen. So. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured out. I'm just like, man, we work so did me and him.
Yeah, I do like listening to Denzel talk. He just seems like a fan of rap music.
Yeah, man, and that's what I am. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could definitely resonate with him. He's speaking to the soul. That would be a great collab. Yeah, that's something we need for sure.
Who's doing
maybe
the production?
two of my favorite albums right now. The production, who would be like the best producer for that album?
Yeah, if JID and Denzel Curry do end up making a collab album, who would be the best producer possible to be on that album?
That's a hard question because I don't really know. Like,
I mean, Metro's the obvious answer.
Metro,
Alchemist would be crazy. Some old
Alchemist,
school
but does
shit.
that really fit? I don't know.
It doesn't really fit. Metro, I think, fits the best for those
Kanye
two
don't really
styles.
fit.
Kanye would be
I would
crazy.
say-
A bunch of soul flips and shit.
Yeah, Kanye would actually be kind of good, probably. Yeah,
If
with
they take old Kanye beats, not the new ones.
Here's the thing, like the modern Kanye, hear me out. You got like the soulful flips for the JID, verses, and then you got the more chaotic carnival type beats for the Denzel songs. So it could work. Kanye,
It could
I'll
work.
say Kanye, even
Who do
though
you-
Vultures 2 was ass.
Who do you think, like, realistically it would be? Just like one of their homies? Like, who produced JID's
Probably
latest
them.
shit, do you know?
I'm assuming him. I'm gonna look.
Because I'm sure Denzel's album is produced by, like, a ton of different people, because his most recent project was, like, more of a collective type. So I'm guessing that one has a bunch of different producers on it.
Yeah,
But
it did.
JID kind of seems like someone who would have a one producer for a whole project for some reason. I don't know
I feel
why.
like he produces his own shit. But
I
we'll
think,
see.
yeah, I think JID might produce his own. I'm not sure. Little spoiler: one of the
Christo.
albums. Who?
Christo, Hollywood Cole.
One of the albums we're reviewing later is basically produced solely by the rapper as well. Like, there's other producer credits on a lot of songs, but I love when a rapper produces their own music. I just feel like it kind of just makes it even more impressive and badass. That's
Yeah,
why
it 100%
Kanye's
does.
legend status.
Yeah, and even people like rappers like Eminem, you know what I'm saying? You don't really realize that they produce a lot of their own music. And by producing your own music, you're able to really get the exact sound you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like Soldier, shit like that was probably produced by Eminem. Like
I don't
you're
know
able
for
to get the exact sound that you want, so it's nice. But
Yeah, like to relate that to movies, like that's why Quentin Tarantino is one of the greatest directors of all time, is because he writes his screenplays and then directs the movies. Like you just get a better product if you're doing every step. It's a lot more work, but like you get better quality work when you're doing it all and you can find your own vision. So that makes sense to me.
yeah,
But
I mean,
JID Denzel, we need that.
yeah, yeah. I
I
guess
mean,
back to that, J. Cole produced some of his shit. Childish Major. Yeah, I mean, there's a collective usually, I guess.
yeah,
So
which makes sense.
J.
But
Cole production, low key, it works for JID, but I feel like Kanye is the right answer because you have the versatility, you have the
yeah,
soulful, and you have the chaotic shit.
when I said we need that, I do kind of feel like greedy saying that this year when we've gotten so much
Yeah,
good
nah,
music. We don't really
it's
need it.
crazy,
Save
dude.
it for 2025, but 2025, let's get that JID
And even
Denzel
this
album.
week, bro, like it just doesn't stop. The
Yeah.
music don't stop.
How many times have we came into the recording studio here and be like, dude, this week, best albums we've gotten all year. This week was stacked.
Well,
Because this week is stacked.
yeah, it's good, man. I'm excited because that's the thing. Like, there's been so many fucking great albums. So
Like a lot. I mean, we only have 5 perfect albums, so it's just basically like 9.5 to a 10 score. So,
yeah,
but there's a lot in like the 7.5 to 8.59 range. Like so many good albums this year.
yeah, dude. A lot above average for sure. Definitely above par, above average, below par. I guess technically,
Yeah,
that's a bad analogy.
yeah.
Above average, they're good to great albums. Lots of them. So
Well, speaking of a great album that we got this year, The Death of Slim Shady. We've talked about it. We've reviewed it. We've compared it to some of Eminem's other albums in his discography. Me and you both have kind of agreed that it's pretty solid. Like we like it. We have it in the perfect album tier. We're both at like 9 out of 10. Like I'm still at that score. Like I haven't really fallen off on it. But today, me and you, we took the track list and we ranked our songs favorite to least favorite, worst to best, however you want to phrase it. So we're going to give you our rankings of the Death of Slim Shady track list from worst song to best song. So
I'm excited. Let's do it.
should we start at the bottom and go up, or should we start at the top and go down to the worst?
I don't know. I feel like, well, if they watched last week, they already know what the best song is. I don't really know. What do you think?
Let's start with the best.
All right, we'll start with the best.
All right.
So, yeah, there's one clear answer here for me as to what the best song on the Death of Slim Shady is. It's one of the best songs of the year. We've been waiting on this collab for some years now. Eminem, JID, Fuel, some of the best verses of the year packed into the Eminem album. Yeah, that's my pick.
That's my number one as well, but I don't think we'll have too much agreement going forward, but Fuel is my number one as well.
Yeah, so that one was easy. If you watched last week, you knew that was coming.
Exactly.
But all right, now it gets, I guess, a little difficult. Go ahead.
All right, my number 2. So I went like 2 through 4, 2, 3, and 4. I really kind of kept switching them around, trying to figure out what I want where. But number 2, I went Antichrist. Like, I fucking love that song. Something about it. I'm listening to that the most, maybe even including Fuel. Like, Antichrist is my number 2. It's not by a wide margin, but I got Antichrist at number 2.
Yeah, I put Evil number 2 just because that's a song that I've really been fucking with heavily. That menacing flow on the second verse, the flow switches, the menacing beat, talking about shooting up the puppies and shit, which is funny. But yeah, I could give you Antichrist because I guess, spoiler alert, that's my number 3.
I was gonna say you can lead right into number 3. We'll just take turns,
Yeah,
So
Antichrist for me. It could definitely go in that number 2 spot. That second verse, the second Eminem verse, I think one of the better verses on the album for sure. Maybe one of the better of the year. You got Eminem really tapping into that fast rapping bag, which a lot of people don't like, but he also switches the flow for 3, 4, 5 times maybe on the song. So you get everything. You get the slow, you get the fast, you get the menacing, you get the cocky. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm cool with Antichrist at 3 or 2.
Well, number 3, I don't have Evil at 3. I have Brand New Dance at 3. To me,
Really?
this is the most Slim Shady song on the album.
That's
It's like
crazy.
it's like a weird dance song written about Christopher Reeve, who was obviously paralyzed and in a wheelchair and couldn't walk, and it's like a dance song, and he's like, it's definitely a weird, crazy, chaotic, fucked up, trippy, not really
Well,
sure what's
yeah.
going on song, but I fucking love that song. It just reminds me of old Slim Shady. It's like straight off the Eminem show. And I just love Brand New Dance. I got
Well,
Evil at 4 after that, though. Just, I got Fuel, Antichrist, Brand New Dance, Evil. That's my top 4. So we're not
well,
far off, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that you say, you know, it takes you back in time because it was actually meant for the Eminem show or Encore, one of them 2 albums.
It's that old?
Yeah, he wrote it way back when Christopher Reeves was alive, and then
He
Christopher
wrote it, then.
Reeves died, and he didn't put it on the album. Remember, we talk about the whole thing on the Eminem, the Face Off or whatever. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that it sounds the most Slim Shady s to you, but not to me. Definitely not to me. That's further down my list. For
He didn't
4,
record it then, though. He just wrote it then. He recorded it recently.
he probably, I don't know,
Or
probably
re-recorded.
re-recorded.
Okay.
Who knows? But
I
number
just
4
love
for
that song.
me is my personal most Slim Shady sounding song on the album, and it's the intro. It's Renaissance for sure. You open up the album and you start off with balls in his do-rag, you satisfied with no man, sandpan in his hand, like Edward's his hand. Like, it's just that classic Slim Shady Eminem flow. I fucked with it so heavy. Still one of my favorites on the album. And it could be even higher for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll
If
leave
we
it
were
for
rating songs by Slim Shadiness, I would put that in number 2, behind Brand New Dance. So, because I have Renaissance at 5 after
Right.
Evil.
Right.
So, what's your number 5? Just so we're on the same wavelength here.
My number 5 is Toby. Actually, this might be a surprise. I think it's better than
No
the rest
surprise.
of the songs on the album. I still think Babytron had a great verse, one of the better verses on the song, because he opens it up, sets the tone for the rest of the song. Big Sean killed his shit, and then you got the GOAT spitting about how he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying, and how he's influencing the next generation. So I got Toby, number 5.
And I love that hook. Like, when Houdini came out, the first single, we talked like, yeah, I like it. It's like a Without Me parody. I get it. This makes sense as a single, but
Yeah.
I fucking hate the hook. And then Toby came out. I was like, okay, this I like the hook. This is a better song. So that makes sense. I have Toby at number 6 after Renaissance.
Okay. So yeah, I guess my number 6 is Lucifer. This is one that could have bounced up a little bit, but to me, I guess the lyrical content in Toby, I feel like, is a little stronger with him talking about, the mature Eminem spitting, and the features are great. But Lucifer, you got that Dr. Dre production. It's just super solid. The vibe is really unmatched. It's one of the best sounding songs on the album, probably. But yeah, I got Lucifer number 6.
Well, number 7, I don't have Lucifer, but I have Habits. I believe that's featuring White Gold. I kept listening to these songs trying to decide the order, and this could change week to week, but I have Habits slightly over Lucifer to me. I got I have Habits at 7. I just really like that song. I like the hook there too, the White Gold hook. I like Eminem has a few good verses. Just like sonically and song structure wise, I just think it's a really good song just in general. I like Habits a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good song, but it's not quite on the level of this next song for me. Guilty Conscious 2 is my next pick. And I just think the concept, it tied the whole album together. You know what I'm saying? And the battle between Slim Shady and Eminem is something we've been wanting for a long time. So I got Guilty Conscious 2 after Lucifer at my 7th spot.
Number 8 is where I put Lucifer. I kind of had that in Habits, kind of flip-flopping a lot, but I was kind of decided, okay, I think I like Habits more, but I got Lucifer right after it 8.
Yeah, I guess my 8, to keep this moving, is your favorite song on the album. At least it seems like Brand New Dance. I got at my
Banger.
number 8, right behind Guilty Conscious 2. It's good. Lyrical content isn't really there. Yes, it's nostalgic, but there's better songs on the album.
Yeah, there's 2, Fuel and Antichrist. Oh, no, number 9, that's where we're at, right? Yeah, I just did 8.
Yeah, I
Lucifer.
think so.
Number 9, I got Bad One. Love that
Okay.
song. I don't know where it is on your list. I feel like that's like a controversial pick, but I do really like that song.
Yeah, it's definitely lower on my list. Our lists are definitely different here. My next is going to be Habits, and then after that is going to be Somebody Save Me. I really fuck with the Jelly Roll feature. I thought it was good. You got the heartfelt performance. So at my number 9, I got Somebody Save Me.
Yeah, like I do like the songs like that are on the album, like Somebody Save Me, Temporary, like the more heartfelt, meaningful, mature Eminem songs. I do like them, and I'm glad they're here. I think they add to the album. They work to the concept, like it makes the album stronger, the fact that they're here. Just to me personally, like I'm not going back to them, so it's hard for me to put those songs over some of these other songs. That's just why I have them lower. But yeah, number 10, I have Houdini at number 10. The lead single for the album is my 10th favorite song. I put Houdini at 10.
Yeah, I got Houdini 11. I got Head Honcho at 10 right over it. Um, yeah, I think Easy Mill killed his verse. Eminem did his thing. You already know. Houdini for me,
It's whatever.
especially after the album came out, it's like, okay, this is definitely one of the weaker songs because we see what the level of the album is going to be at. You know what I'm saying? There's great rapping on the rest of the album. Houdini, yeah, there's some good rapping, some witty bars, but it was definitely just like a Without Me, just lose a parody type shit. So I got that at 11.
But it makes perfect sense as a single. Like if I was Eminem and this was the track list I had, I would probably do Houdini as the first single too. Like it does make sense. Get people talking like, "Oh, it's like a Without Me." Like,
Yeah, I said 11.
like
I
it
meant
does
12.
make sense. Okay.
But yeah, no, it makes sense as a single, like you say. Yeah, for sure.
Number 11 after Houdini, this is where I put Guilty Conscious too.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
just not my favorite song wise. I'm not going back and listening to it a lot. Like I love the concept. I love the original Guilty Conscious. Obviously, I would have loved a Dre feature on this to bring it back. Like obviously, you don't want to just remake the same song twice, but
yeah.
it would have been fun if it was kind of structured the same, but with new verses. But it's still great. I'm still glad it's here. It makes perfect sense. Like we kind of needed it on the album to explain the whole. It really like kind of wraps the whole concept up and like clearly explains to you what's going on. It's great. I'm just not going back and listening to Guilty Conscience 2 in my car on a regular basis. I'm just not.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And after that, after Houdini, my 12, I got Bad One. Like you said, it's a good song. I think it is structured well. Um,
I like the
yeah,
hook.
just not quite as good as Houdini, not quite as catchy. To me, I felt like Houdini being the single, yeah, kind of stole the light a little.
Is that the second? That one has the white gold hook too, right? It's Habits and Bad One. Am I tripping?
No, you're right.
Okay, I thought so.
Pretty sure.
Did you have anything else on Bad One?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, number 12. This is where I have Head Honcho. Of like, I don't know. I just don't love this song. Of the songs that aren't like sentimental songs, like it's actually Eminem like rapping. I just didn't really love Head Honcho. I think it's one of the weaker songs. Like it's still not bad. Like I do think this album is super strong, front to back. But Head Honcho is just not one of my favorites. I got that at 12.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I guess kind of to top this off, I got Temporary near the bottom here, and then I got Road Rage as my last pick. Temporary, well, I think it's a good song. You know, it's the meaningful message to Haley. I feel like
Yeah.
he's done it better. He's done the same song format in better ways. I've said this kind of before with Mockingbird, When I'm Gone,
Haley song.
Haley's song.
I like all those better than this.
Just
That's
not
my
great.
same
It's
reasoning.
just my personal. It's not my personal favorite Eminem sentimental song. But then after that, I got Road Rage to top the list off. Um,
Yeah.
okay verse. I mean, okay verses, pretty decent verses, but the hook is kind of weird. You got to
Yeah.
crash out. It's not. It's kind of weird, but I don't hate it. It's just my least favorite song on the album.
Yeah. So my bottom three, 13, I have Somebody Save Me, the Jelly Roll feature, obviously. And then 14, I have Temporary. 15, I have Road Rage. So, like, we do have a lot of songs in similar spots. We just have, like, a few flipped here and there. Like, they're not super different, but
Yeah, I mean, you got
I,
Brand New Dance high as hell.
I do think Road Rage is the weakest song on the album. And I would still give it, like, a 6.5 out of 10, maybe. 6 to 6.5 out of 10. Like, and that's the weakest song. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean, I would
great
probably
album.
even still give it like a 7. I mean, he's still spitting. It's just the feature wasn't great, and it just wasn't great. That's all, but it's still a good song.
All right, so real quick, let's get a recap. Give me your The Death of Slim Shady track list ranking best to worst, how do you rank Death of Slim Shady?
I got Fuel, JID, you know what I'm saying, coming in clutch with one of the best verses of the year. Evil. Then I got Antichrist, Renaissance, Toby, Lucifer, going into Guilty Conscience 2. Then we got Brand New Dance, Habits, Somebody Save Me, Head Honcho, going into Houdini, and then to round it off, Bad One, Temporary, and Road Rage at the end.
I mean, we are pretty close. I'll give you mine real quick. So, Death of Slim Shady, best song is Fuel with JID. We agree. I think most people agree. I got Antichrist at 2. Brand New Dance at 3, a lot higher than you, like we said. I got Evil at 4. I love that second verse, and I really love all the verses. So good. Renaissance at 5. Toby at 6. Habits at 7. Lucifer at 8. Bad One at 9. Houdini at 10. Guilty Conscience. Head Honcho, Somebody Save Me, Temporary, and Road Rage. I believe our last two are the same. We both had Temporary at 14 and Road Rage at 15. And
yeah,
I'm glad we had a little bit of differing. We don't want to have the same exact list, but we're not super far off. Like, I have Brand New Dance pretty high. You have Somebody Save Me a little higher and Guilty Conscience a little higher. But for the most part, we do kind of agree on this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear the top few songs on the album. Everybody knows what the best songs on the album are.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Fuel, Evil, Antichrist, Renaissance.
Yeah.
Those are like the big dogs of the game. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it gets a little more interesting, but good album overall. You know, even Road Rage, it's a good song. So shout out Slim, man. The comeback is real.
It is, yeah. Like, you're still at like a 9 out of 10 on the score. That's where.
Yeah, I think originally I had given it like an 8.5 or something.
I think
8.25.
So. Yeah.
I'd probably give it an 8.5, 8.75 now. I think it's a great album. You know, I've been going back to it a lot. Like, the nostalgia is insane. And yeah, I've been waiting for an Eminem comeback for a long time. So
yeah, I'm still bumping the Death of Slim Shady every day. Like,
it tastes sweet. I'll say that.
If I'm getting in my car and like driving to work in the morning or something, like, this is the album I'm still listening to. Like, I'm bumping Death of Slim Shady.
And it's crazy because, you know, with Kanye releasing Vultures 2 the way it came out, it really puts in perspective.
Yeah, dude.
You know, what the music could be like.
It really, I guess while you mentioned Vultures, I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but we've heard from Ty Dolla $ign at least. I don't know if we've actually heard from Kanye yet, but they're basically like live updating some of the tracks on DSPs that are fucked up and have bad mixing. So the album is apparently getting fixed. The weird songs that are like Slide and whatever other songs are fucked up are getting fixed and remixed and uploaded. So hopefully that actually happens. And they're also doing a deluxe album. It's $5. You can buy it on Yeezy.com or wherever the fuck they want you to buy it. But I think there's 3 extra tracks now. It's Take Off Your Dress. I think that has a Future verse, maybe. I might be tripping. I don't know if you have this information anywhere. Sorry. But Take Off Your Dress is one of them. And then Can You Be with Travis Scott is one of them. If you're a fan of Kanye, if you keep up on hip-hop, I'm sure you know that Can You Be is like one of the most infamous leaks of all time. Like, people have been dying for Can You Be featuring Travis Scott for literally years. We've only gotten little snippets here and there in really shitty quality. But that song is officially out on the Vultures 2 Deluxe. Take Off Your Dress. Yeah, I think there is a third. I don't remember what it is. It's not a big deal, but they are giving us a few extra songs. Because when we got Vultures 2, I was like, okay, I have a bunch of leaks from Vultures 2 because they've been floating around, obviously. There's like so many songs that aren't on here. Like, Everybody.
Got Believer, Gun to My Head with Kid Cudi, Drunk with Kodak Black and Peso Pluma, and Take Off Your Dress.
So it's actually 4 songs.
I guess so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot about the Kodak one, the Kid Cudi one. So, I mean, we still don't have Everybody featuring Lil Baby. That's nowhere to be found. But I think off the top of my head, that's the only one that hasn't come out yet because we got Take Off Your Dress and Can You Be, which were ones that I was expecting on Vultures too.
Oh, okay.
So I think Everybody's the only leak that has been like widely known by everyone that's not actually out.
It must be a sample issue.
Has to be.
What else could it be? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want Lil Baby on his songs, but that doesn't make sense.
There's a version out there without Lil Baby already that both have been leaked out. The version without Lil Baby. Like, I have both versions on my computer. So, I don't know. I'm assuming it has to be, like, you know, Backstreet Boys aren't clearing the sample.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
But Can You Be? Have you heard Can You Be yet, or have you not listened to like the actual release song yet?
No, not yet.
Because like it is a super popular leak. Like I've known about it for a long time, even before before Vultures won. Like this has been a leak that people have talked about for a long time. Like I genuinely think it's the most sought after leak ever. Like people have put in a lot of money and time and effort trying to get this song with Kanye and Travis. Because there's not
Probably
Kanye
not
and
ever,
Travis song.
but
I think it's up there. Like for the most desired leak of all time. Like I really think it's one of them.
okay,
But it's officially out.
Let's go then.
I mean, it's Kanye and Travis. Like,
yeah,
not that surprising.
No, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what does a Kanye and Travis collab even sound like? Because they're both producers, really.
To me, it's underwhelming.
Right. Because
it's good.
You're mixing like, you know what I'm saying though? Like both of their key things are producing and making innovative sounds. You know what I'm saying? One's not good at making innovative sounds and the other good at rapping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're both good at rapping and they're both good at making innovative sounds. You know what I'm saying? But they just clash a little bit. Their personalities seem.
I'm going to play it for you. We can't show this on the episode, so we'll cut out and cut right back, but I want to get your opinion on this. So let's listen to Can You Be real quick. So there you go. We just listened to Can You Be, the new Kanye, Travis, and Ty Dolla $ign song. We obviously can't play it here. The video will get blocked, but what'd you think?
Well, I liked it. I liked that they went back and forth, Kanye and Travis. But again, I don't know if it was the version that we listened to or what, but at the end it seemed not mixed properly with Travis's vocals. It was weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's not. It's still not mixed properly and finished, but that's what they gave us.
I don't know.
I think people were so upset with Vultures 2 that they're like, fuck, give him Can You Be. They fucking want the song so bad, just give it to him. And they didn't even bother finishing it first. So like, here's Can You Be. This is what you want. It's not even done, but here
because
you go.
like the first half of the song sounded finished, right? Or am I tripping?
For the most part.
And then like
it trails off at the end for sure.
Yeah,
the vocal
at like the 75% mark, like Travis's vocals start sounding like dull. It was weird. But, I mean, the concept's good. I like that they went back and forth rapping. You know, if it was mixed properly.
Like, you get the hype, though, right? I mean, Kanye and Travis on a song. Do we even have an officially released Kanye and Travis song in the last 5 years? I don't think so.
Have they never collabed?
I think Travis, production-wise, but I don't know if they actually have an officially released song with both of them on it. They have production credits on each other's songs, like... I think Travis has a bunch of production on The Life of Pablo and Kanye on tons of Travis shit. But I don't know if they actually have a song together.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why it's been so desired and hyped. But I think that's why they gave it to people. People are like, Vultures 2 fucking blows. Why'd you give us this unfinished album? They're like, here's Can You Be.
I don't know, man. It's just like, just finish the songs, man.
Yeah, well,
But it was a good song.
Apparently.
It sounds like... Damn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I wish it was finished. I know. Like, there are a lot of good songs on Vultures, too, that they're not good. They could be good or would be good if they were mixed and sounded sonically good. Like, they just sound bad when you listen to them. It's hard to listen to. Like, literally.
Yeah, that Lil Wayne verse is still pissing me off, but...
That's just disrespectful.
For real.
Okay, so, we have prepared a little game, little segment, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So... I have 5 rappers for you that you're going to rank. You have 5 rappers for me that I'm going to rank. I'm going to give you one at a time. You're going to blind rank them. And then once you have them all, you can give me your actual ranking. But, we might as well do the blind ranking first. See how you do.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I'm excited. Come on.
All right. I'll give you 5 rappers first. I got my list here. So I'm going to give you a name, 1 through 5. Tell me where you would put it without knowing the other artist names, obviously.
Let's go.
First one I'm going to give you is Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good artist. You kind of sold, though, because I already know one more that's on your list. So, I already know 2.
True. I did kind of hit one earlier. I forgot about that.
I'll put Yachty 3.
Okay.
I'll put Yachty 3. Not my favorite, but I respect him.
Okay, well, I guess now I'll give you the one that I hinted at earlier. Polo G, number 2.
All right.
Where would you put Polo G?
Yeah, I would put Polo G. See, I don't know who you're gonna give me next, but I'll go Polo G 5.
5. Wow, that's not
Yeah.
what I was expecting, honestly.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to put him 2 after you put Yachty at
Nah,
3.
he's not as quite as good as Yachty. I think Yachty is more innovative. It's got
Oh,
more
definitely.
unique sound, more unique style. Yeah, I'll take Yachty over Polo G for sure. Who's next?
Okay. Let me give you Ice Spice.
Ice Spice? Shit. Well, it got before.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought might happen since the 5 spot is gone.
Damn. Yeah, maybe I sold. All right. I should have saved the 5 spot. All right, let's go.
Well, I got 2 more for you. You didn't fuck this up yet. I'm going to give you 21 Savage next. You got 1 and 2 left. You have Yachty at 3,
Right.
Ice Spice at 4, Polo G at 5. Where do you
Well,
put
it's
him?
not shaping out too bad. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think Yachty's better than Polo G and Ice Spice. Ice Spice. It's
Ice
probably
Spice over
better.
Polo G
Probably
is
better
wild.
than Polo G. Now I'm playing, but I'm gonna go 2 with 21 Savage, and hopefully you give me like Lil Wayne or something.
I'm not giving you Lil Wayne, but I don't think you'll be too upset because your number 1 rapper is Denzel Curry.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. So Denzel, 21, Lil Yachty, Ice Spice, and Polo G.
Piano G. Yep.
Yeah, Polo G.
So if you could, now that you have all 5 names, would you change? What would you swap around? How would you actually rate
Ice
them?
Spice would be last. Curry would be first. Honestly, it would all be how it is, I think, except Polo G and Ice Spice would be flipped.
You would, put Ice Spice at 5, Polo G at 4, Lil Yachty at 3, 21 Savage at 2, and Denzel Curry at 1.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
mean,
not mad at that. It was a
I'm
pretty
probably-
decent blind ranking.
I'm probably right with you. I might put Polo G above Yachty, depending on how, like, if we're doing rapping ability, I put Polo G above Yachty. If we're doing as an artist, what do I like just my personal likeness, I would put Yachty above Polo G like you did. So it kind of depends, but I'm basically right with you.
All right. So you ready for mine?
I'm
Or
ready.
yours, I guess, however you want to say it. All right, Tom. Rank these 5 rappers. All right. We got Playboy Cardi.
Playboy Cardi. That's a tough one. I do like Cardi's music, but I don't get the whole stan movement for Cardi. Like, I don't think he's that groundbreaking. Like, I don't think he's like an upper echelon
Young Thug did
rapper.
it first.
Exactly. I'm going to put Cardi in the middle at number 3, play it safe, because I think he got better names for me. I think he
All
got
right.
a bad one in there, too.
All right. Let's go with, again, somebody that was on your list, actually. Lil Yachty. Where would you put him?
This makes me nervous. Because I could go 2 or 4 here. I don't know which one I want to do. I don't know what names are left. I'm going to put Lil Yachty at 4.
Okay. Lil Yachty 4. You think Cardi over Yachty comfortably?
Not super comfortably, but if I had to give one up forever, I would probably give up Yachty. Even though what I just said about Cardi, I still have a lot of Cardi songs I like. He's just not like a top 3 rapper or something to me, but I do like Cardi. I'm going to put Yachty at 4.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Next, I'll throw at you Lil Uzi. Where are you putting Uzi?
See,
Better or worse than Cardi? Better or worse than Yachty?
I'm definitely going to have to change my ranking once we get all the names. I'm going to put Uzi at 5.
Worse than Yachty? Worse than
I
Cardi?
can't put him at 2. I might change later, but I'm
Wow.
going to put Uzi at 5 for now.
Hot take. Cardi and Yachty over Uzi. All right.
Yeah,
Next, we got Don Toliver. Where are you throwing Don Toliver?
6.
There's no 6. There's no
Oh, then
6.
2.
2. All right. And that leaves you with your number 1 pick, Yeet. So you got Yeet at number 1, Don Toliver 2, Cardi 2. I'm sorry, right?
No, Don
Cardi
Toliver
3.
2. You were right.
Yeah. Don Toliver 2, Cardi 3, Uzi 4.
No, I thought you were right.
How did it go? Yeah, my bad. Nah.
I don't know. I thought you were.
What do you mean?
Track.
What?
I kept track
Okay.
of yours. I thought you were keeping track.
My bad. No, you had. Okay, so I asked you to play by Cardi. You said
3. Then Yachty at 4, Uzi at 5, Don Toliver
Okay.
at 2, Yeet at 1.
There you go. All right.
Okay. So if I actually had to rank those 5 rappers,
Yeah.
give me the names real quick. I got to rank them.
Cardi, Yachty, Uzi, Yeet, Don Toliver.
I'm going to put Cardi at 1. I'm going to put Uzi at 2. I'm going to put Yachty at 3. No. I'm going to do Cardi at 1. I'm going to do Yeet at 2. I'm going to do
Throwing
Uzi
you in
at
a
3.
loop for this one.
Cardi at 1. Yeet at 2. Uzi at 3. Yachty at 4. Don Toliver at 5. I think that would be my actual ranking.
So you got Cardi at 1,
Yeah.
Yachty at 2,
Yeet at 2.
Yeet at 2. Okay.
Pay attention.
Okay. Who you got at 3?
Uzi.
Okay. And then
And
Yachty.
then Yachty.
And then Don Toliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably put Yachty a little. I don't know. See, that's a tough list. It's even tough for me because I don't really even know where
I thought you were
going to
give me like a bigger name that was clearly above the rest, but none of those like really stand out to me as better than all the others.
I was just curious what you thought on all these people. I would probably put Uzi 1
over Cardi.
Yeah, I would put Uzi 1, Cardi 2, Yachty, Yeet, Don Toliver.
If you asked me tomorrow, I might have that order. Like, I'm not opposed to that either.
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
Uzi and Cardi, I could kind of flip flop at the 1 and 2 spot, and Yeet. Like I've been liking Yeet's shit lately, so I kind of snuck him above Uzi because Uzi's kind of been off the grid lately. But
nah, he smacks. I kind of gave you, same genre ish of rappers, so.
Yeah, like they're all in that. Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to figure out where to put who, but yeah, Don Toliver at 6 for sure.
Don Toliver, that's disrespectful, bro. What do you mean? You loved his album? I just thought it was a funny
joke. But when you said that was like 6.
You loved his album. I thought you were gonna rank him higher.
Really? I mean, you gave me some big names.
You put him at 5.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You gave me a list of people that I like, though.
But so did I guess.
But exactly. Yeah, I mean, so did you, bro.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
It is.
I actually do like that. The blind ranking is hard, though, because it's like... But yours was pretty spot on. You only had to flip 1.
Yeah. You got to come... I don't know.
Correct?
I don't know. I got a list that can change any day of the week, I guess. So, you know what I'm saying? I brought a list that'll change every day.
I mean, yeah, you could literally ask me tomorrow and I'll give you a different order.
Nah, but Uzi over Cardi comfortably, I think. And then Yachty over Yeet, I would say, pretty comfortably.
Music-wise, you think you like Yachty over Yeet? As a person, as a personality, I take Yachty. But music-wise, I might still go Yeet over Yachty.
Or no. Yeah, see, it's tough. I don't even know. I would have to sit down and actually, think. Because I don't want to say
doing. No, I'm just kidding.
One over the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeet's been killing it lately.
Yeah. Uzi would definitely be the top of the list for me, though. Which I think was the hottest take for you. You had him, what, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know.
3.
All right. That was good, though. Good segment. Let's move on.
Well, now it's time. We're reviewing some music from this week. We got 3 albums to talk about. We got Logic's Ultra 85, Polo G's Hood Poet, and we got Benny the Butcher's Summertime Butch. 3 pretty solid albums to talk about. It's like a really strong week. We keep saying this. 2024 is a stacked year. 3 pretty good albums, in my opinion. Which one do you want to start with? You have a preference?
Probably Polo G.
That works for me. Let me hear what you got. You can go first.
All right, so Polo G, we haven't heard no new music from him in, 4 years? I think it's been.
That long?
Yeah, it's been a long time since new Polo G music. And
it's crazy.
I was expecting something good, and he came correct. It was a pretty decent album. It was a good start. I fuck with his verse on No Recruits. I thought G Herbo killed it as well. You got him in his emotional bag. I'm barely holding on, and really kind of throughout the whole album. It was definitely a more emotional vibe throughout the track list than we're used to from a Polo G project, I feel like. I really like the beat and flow on Only Gang. It was really fire. A lot of heartfelt performances, like I said, throughout the whole album. I thought he came correct on G63 with Offset. I really like Offset's verse. I thought the features were actually pretty solid, pretty decent. Survival of the Fittest, probably my favorite song on there. Um, and then you kind of rounded off or nearing the end of the album with the Father's Day, which is a song dedicated to his dad, which
Mm.
I thought was dope because obviously pretty special, and I appreciated the concept. But I guess overall it was an all right showing from Polo G. It makes sense that it was more heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? More heartfelt performances throughout the whole track than his earlier projects. I thought the features were solid. Like I said, Future, Glorilla, Lil Durk, Herb, all killed it. I think it suffered a little bit from like a one-dimensional sound. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole album kind of sounded like it
Like a
meshed
Polo
together.
G song. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. uh, Although it was a heartfelt project, you know what I'm saying? You could definitely, I feel like that didn't help the sound dimensions, that it was kind of one lane project. Uh, Overall, though, it was all right. I would have enjoyed some new, like, experimental sounds from Polo G, but there's nothing really that hooked me. I give it a 6.8.
Damn, okay, you're a little lower than I thought you'd be, honestly, on that. Because, like, Hood Poet, the new Polo G album, like, it's definitely just classic Polo G sound. Like, this album does sound like a lot of the stuff he's made before, but I do think on Hood Poet you get the most dialed in, perfected version that he's done of that sound. Like, I do think this album is better than his previous ones. I was hoping, like you said, for, like, something fresh and, like, experimental, a little different from Polo G, because he's literally always been labeled as Piano G, the guy that hops on the piano beats and does the same delivery over and over. He's like, people talk about that, and that's still what we got here. But I do think it's like done well here, so I'm not too mad about it. I do wish there was some more diversity in sound though. Like, I definitely agree with you there. The features, like you mentioned, were stacked. There's a lot of good features on here, and the songs with features are definitely my favorite songs. And I think they brought the diversity to the album that we wanted. Like, they give you some different styles and sounds, and I think they kind of did carry the album for me. Like, the features were the best part to me, just for the diversity aspect of it. I think most of the songs on here are good. Like, I don't think there's like super bad, egregious songs, but I just wish he tried something new. Like, I really do think Polo G is one of the like better rappers, at least in this whole new school wave, like the streaming era. Like, I do think he's a good rapper. Like, I think he can spit. He makes decent music. I just wish he stepped outside of the box a little more, tried something else. But the songs aren't bad. I just wish there was more diversity. I really like the album. Only Gang is that's the 42 Doug one. Am I tripping?
No, I don't think you're tripping.
Okay, yeah. I liked Only Gang. I like G63 with Offset. I liked We Shoot. I like Dark Side, Survival of the Fittest. Like, there is a lot of good songs on here that I will listen to and like throw on a playlist. Like, there's good tracks. I just wish he tried something new, like you said. Like, it's just you get the classic Polo G sound, and after this long of a wait for new Polo G music, I was expecting something a little different, honestly. But I'm still at like a 7.5. Like, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good album, even though it was a little not exciting to me.
Yeah, I mean, not exciting is being gracious. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
but they're not bad songs.
no, they're great. They're good songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's kind of the issue, is that he knows they're good songs.
he
You know
knows
what
what
I'm
works and he
saying?
does that.
Yeah, which I
Yeah,
can't knock him for. Polo G's a great artist. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, maybe one of the better rappers when it comes to just spitting. But yeah, like you said, I wish he opened up his bag a little more, got a little deeper. But it does make sense to me that this album, after being so long, does sound like that, and you know, is more heartfelt, emotional kind of vibe. But I
yeah,
want him to get more braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? More like
yeah.
really go hard, like some early Polo shit. You know what I'm
We need
saying?
like some drill shit, some grimy shit. Like, I like his music. It's sonically good, but we don't need the
Every song
same
is a love
songs every
song, bro.
time. Yeah. Like, we don't need this over and over and over. But I still liked it. That's the thing. I went into this thinking, like, this needs to be different. I don't want Piano G. I want new shit from Polo G. I like Polo G. I really do. I think he was my most streamed artist in, like, 2020 or something like
Yeah,
that.
look, you know, we've had a few albums that have fall into this one-dimensional sound.
It's
thing.
our
You know
main
what I'm
gripe
saying?
a lot of the times.
Well, yeah, because it's a 50-minute album, and you're like, damn. It felt
Give me
like I
something.
listened to one song. You don't even know when the next song comes on, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I don't
exactly.
know.
But I mean, yeah, I'm at a 7.5. You're what, a 6.8? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay, so I mean, we're around like a 7.25, give or take, if you average that out. So when it comes to this year, this stacked year of hip hop, where you throwing Polo G's Hood Poet on the tier list?
I'm instantly looking for Gunna. It just reminds me of that album.
A few misses. I'm probably with you in that tier as well.
Honestly, think Gunna's is even better.
I probably
Um,
would put Polo G above Gunna if I
Low
was
key,
picking those two, but
I think Viceroy might be better. I
I
think
definitely
Rhapsody's
don't think
better.
so. There's no way.
I
The
think
Polo G
Rhapsody's
album has
definitely
so many
better.
good songs, dude.
In my opinion, Rhapsody's better. Um, I could definitely go good, not great. But
I think
what
that's
are
a
you feeling?
crazy. I think I would put it higher in a few misses. Like I like it better than a lot of the albums in this tier. I think.
You
Like I
like it
did
better
still
than Why
enjoy it.
Lord?
Mm, I'd probably put it right around there.
You like it better than Everybody Can't Go?
I do.
Hell no, bro.
I like it better than Gunna for sure. Like I don't.
How though?
I put it right on par with the Gunna album, but I think there's more good songs on the Polo G album than the Gunna.
Hell no. I feel like I haven't even listened to the Gunna album in 6 months, and I can already name more songs off of it than I can the fucking Polo one I just listened to fucking today.
I can name one song off the Gunna album, but it's one of one. That's
One
just
of
like,
One, Hakuna Matata.
oh yeah, I do know that song. I just think
There's a couple, but yeah, they're like the same album. But I mean, if I'm looking at the rankings, for me, it's worse than Rhapsody. Personally,
yeah, I want to keep it in this tier. Like I just don't like the Rhapsody album.
where would you put
I
it?
really don't. Like I would put it above Four Bats right there probably.
Okay, and I would put it at the end. So put it in the middle. There you go.
I do think it's like kind of similar to the Gunna album. Like I do think that makes sense. I did like it more than Viceroy. I think.
The Rhapsody album is definitely better, dude.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like I thought the Polo G album was still good, and the Rhapsody one I just didn't care for really at all.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, it could have been worse from Polo G. Like it could have been a worse album, but it could have been so.
Honestly,
much
I don't know if it could have, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I wanted was him to do something fucking different. We know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And yet he came with the same shit. It kind
But at
of.
least he did it well. He could have done the same shit.
Yeah, but we know
worse
he's
than
gonna do
done.
it well. He's always done it well. He's never made a bad, fucking, horrible, egregious song. You know what I'm saying? Really, ever.
Probably not. No.
So
But I do think there's a lot of good
you
songs.
just need to
on
get
it.
out of your bag. Like, get in your bag and get out of your mind, bro. Like, make some new shit, bro. It all sounds the same, man. It sounds like I'm hating now, but it's just, yeah.
I mean, that's
I feel
what
like he
we're
got
looking for from
potential as a
Polo G.
rapper. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Bro makes the same shit. All right.
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm asking for out of Polo G is like give us something else, just something new. Like, come on. But
Yeah.
all right, what do you want to do next? Benny the Butcher's Summertime Butch or Logic's Ultra 85?
I guess up to you. You're starting this one, so whatever.
Let's do Benny next
All right.
because that is a shorter project and the Logic one was 75 something minutes. So let's do Benny. It's a little 8-song album because there's 2 interludes. It's technically 10, but there's 8 full songs. I mean, just like any Benny the Butcher album, right off the bat, you get the old school hip hop production, the grimy beats, like the street style. You know what I mean? Like old school Buffalo, New York style hip hop. He's doing the braggadocious rapping. He's like, he's doing the Benny shit right off the bat, which I do love. That's what you love Benny for. He's super confident on this project. He's like a lot of great punchlines. His delivery is like super strong. He's like talking his boss shit basically. Like I do like his flow and delivery and really his whole style. But it's only 8 songs. It's only 25 minutes of runtime. There's just not anything like particularly amazing to me that stands out. I don't think any of the songs are bad or anything. There's just not a ton there. I don't know. I just kind of wished it was a little more. I also understand it's not his only album this year. Like, it's kind of just like they dropped so much shit, but I just wish there was a little more to dig into. Overall, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great. I just kind of, it's what you expect from an 8-song Benny project. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just kind of wish there was a little more diversity and sound from him as well. Because, like, he does get some good features on there. There's some good production. I think this album is better than the Polo G album, but I'm not, like, in love with this album.
So much better, dude.
I liked Everybody Can't Go better than this, I think, if we're comparing his other album from this year to this one. Like,
I mean, that's fair to say.
Yeah. I'm at, like, a 7.5 on this. I think One Verse Butch, the first song, might be my favorite song on the project. But I like The Most a lot, too. I like The Warehouse 3. Like, I did like it. I'm at, like, a 7.5. It could have been better to me, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to disagree with you here. I think it's a lot better than the Polo G album, personally. Like you said, it's only 10 songs, but that's the type of shit I like. Nice, neat, concise projects. And right out the gate, he's talking about, I had the trap in South Buff, the packs came from Salamanca. So he's touching it with Buffalo off the bat on One Verse Butch. Some great hooks throughout this project on The Most. You get him, bro. All I can hear is you typing, bro.
Really? Damn.
Yes. You get him getting into like a more sentimental, like introspective bag or like emotional bag, talking about.
I'm not even typing.
talking about talking about some deep shit, you know. Yeah, you got yeah, but yeah, overall it's pretty good. You got Nightfall on there. He's talking about vacationing in Abu Dhabi and meditate on sand like I know karate. Like you said, I thought there were some great punchlines throughout the whole album. Benny on his cocky shit. But he also gets, like I was saying, into more introspective, more emotional, talking about Ramon Carter, the baby that got shot in Buffalo at the start of the summer, you know, on some of his songs. And he does get more introspective throughout the album on some songs. You got some funny skits. You got his girl talk about why dudes are outside with crop tops on the Peachtree interlude. I thought it's some great features too. El Camino, Rick High, Fuego Bass, and Butch all went crazy on The Warehouse 3. But yeah, overall, Benny's set to come through and carry us through the end of the summer, and he delivered. I thought, you know, we don't get many months of like sunshine and nice weather in Buffalo, and when we do, you know, shit turns up outside. Everybody's outside trying to make a play, and he depicts it in a way I could resonate with. You know what I'm saying? Being obviously from Buffalo and shit, but he did a great job, you know, with the versatile lyrical content, I thought, throughout the whole album, explaining how it could get dangerous and shit, on top of his classic Benny bars being real braggadocious. Yeah, great rapper performances, I thought, throughout. He didn't really miss on a single verse. Great production, great features, nice, concise 10-song album, 8 out of 10.
Okay, I mean, I'm at a 7.5. We're not, like, super far off. I just, like, I just wasn't in love with it. Like, it just sounds like, I don't know. Like, I did definitely
could have
get
rated
the
it
summer
higher,
vibes, though. Like, it does have summer vibes. I love the Buffalo references. Obviously, we live here. Like, it's cool to hear him talking about the place that we live. I just, like, nothing, like, really stood out to me like, damn, this is
Kitchen
fucking an
Table,
amazing album.
Nightfall. Like, there's some songs on there where I was like, bruh, this shit is fucking hard. Like,
I like those songs, too.
It's probably one of my favorite projects of the past few months. I definitely could have rated it a little higher, but like you said, it's only 10 songs. It's not meant to be and Everybody Can't Go. Although I think I might like it a little more than Everybody Can't Go. Although you got the Lil Wayne verse on Everybody Can't Go. You know, you got some highlights on there. I thought this was a great project though.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to be more disappointed in this than I am, because you're more of a Benny fan, I would say, and I was like kind of underwhelmed by it. But
no, honestly, I thought it was great, bro.
Well, there you go.
The whole concept of, you know, the summertime butch. You know, it's summer out, motherfuckers are outside, shit's getting sticky. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I mean, yeah, I definitely didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was like, this is an amazing album. Like, it's not an album I would listen to and then go tell people to listen to it. To me,
there's definitely some songs on there I'm going to be playing.
Where Does It Go? on the tier list. We already have a Benny album up here from this year. Everybody Can't Go. We've mentioned it a couple times. So where does this one go?
Bro, it's better than.
Then what?
It's better than a lot of these projects, I feel like, but I don't know. I don't know. Where would you put it?
I'm definitely in a few misses.
Okay.
But I'm not opposed to putting it at the top of here either. I don't think it's almost perfect though. I just don't think it's that good.
No, I don't. I don't think I'd put it in almost perfect. Almost perfect's for like 8.5 and up. I feel like. I don't know though. I feel like it might be as good as the Chief Keef project.
Yeah,
I
to
feel
me
like it
it's
might
not.
be. Like that's probably where I would place it. Top of a few misses, maybe bottom of almost perfect.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it there. I just like, I don't know. I was just hoping for more. Like, there's no West Side Gun, there's no
Well,
Conway,
yeah, you're kind of.
you know.
It's a BSF project. They're not
Yeah,
meant to be on it. They're not on the label. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's
I
him. It's El Camino. You know, Rick Hyde. And when they spit, they're spitting fucking hard, bro. I don't know. This might be one you might have to go back and re-listen to. Obviously, we gave
I
it
listened to
about
it
the same
twice. It was
rating,
only
but
25 minutes long.
yeah,
Like, there's not
I
much
fucked with
there
it.
though.
Yeah, that's true. But I like that though. I don't want to listen to fucking 90 minutes of music, bro, at
No,
one time.
I do like a good 30-minute EP or whatever, but it's just like hard for me to say it's a great album when there's not a
Yeah,
lot
definitely.
there.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely better albums this year, but I don't know. It's just the fact that I guess the lyrical content resonated with me. I don't know. I fucked with it heavily. There's definitely gonna be some songs on there that I'm going back to. Kitchen Table, Nightfall, One Verse Butch, The Warehouse 3, dude. This shit's so hard.
I like that one, yeah. There's no
But
bad songs.
nah,
There's
definitely
not
not.
bad
And that
songs.
was the thing, like song to song, I was like, okay, this is a great song every time. And you get the funny sketches, the funny skits. Yeah, it was a great album.
Okay. Well,
And
we
he's
got
carried
one.
us through the end of the summer.
I I what if we get another Benny album? Like we might get another one this year. We already got two and
Be
it's
done.
only
Well, we're
August. So
getting West Side,
yeah.
so
They they just them all three of those guys, they just drop so much music. It's insane. Like they just have so much in the vault. Like I don't even want to know what their hard drives look like. It's got to be insane.
yeah, right.
But all right, we got one more album to talk about this week. It's Logic's new project, Ultra 85. Highly anticipated. He's been talking about this album for a long time. Fans have been waiting for it. It's here. It's 20 songs, I believe, 75 minutes, over an hour long. It's a long run time. A lot of long songs. There's multiple 5-minute songs. The intro's like 9 minutes. Like there's a lot to take in here. It is a long run time. I want you first. You go first on this one. Let me hear what you thought.
All
Logic's
right.
Ultra 85.
Well, yeah, like you said, we've been waiting on this album for years, and you can hear it right out the gate on Paul Rodriguez. He comes out with the witty punchlines, shooting at Fantano for his shitty hairline. Right into the next song, you get that iconic orange juice sample, which if you're us, you know how much that means to us on Mission Control. Then you get great flows throughout the whole 90-minute project, especially on Deja Vu, giving flowers to the OGs of the game, Rakim, Eminem, and more people. Uh, and one thing, probably my favorite thing about the whole album was the concept of the album. Them, whoever it was, this team of astronauts flying through space, like on a space station, hovering over like a destroyed Earth, and they're like struggling to find shit to keep their minds, moving and shit and stay entertained, and they're playing Logic songs and shit. I thought it was a great concept. You got that funky upbeat vibe on something like a Fear, on top of the quick flows and transitions into like a more introspective vocal singing performance. So you kind of got that spectrum of sound. Then you got the funny like skits again. You got the astronauts, whoever the team, Ultra 85, talking about, oh, Nolan over Tarantino, which was literally a conversation we've had. I'm taking Nolan every time.
Wrong choice.
But
I'm just kidding.
then it just feels like a perfect Logic album. You know what I'm saying? You got him talking about Call of Duty, talking about how it was his escape on Favela, great beats throughout the album, especially on Garden. Then you get the ultra introspective Logic on Interstellar, when he says, he opens or ends off the song, I believe, saying, "In a hotel room contemplating my death," or maybe that's the beginning of the song. I'm not quite sure, but he gets ultra introspective throughout the album, especially on Interstellar. The in-depth skits, like I said, I fucked with, like Planet Death. They were placed in a Roman Coliseum fighting like aliens and shit, and then it ends up they're just playing a video game. Like, it's the layers, you know what I'm saying? The layers within layers of the album. It's like watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot like Bandostone in the New World in that one, because you really could make a movie out of this shit, it feels like. So you got that. You got concepts in songs like Teleport, where he's teleporting to different points of his life, rapping about it. Then you got the more braggadocious, Logic on points like Antidote. So yeah, I thought it was a great album from Logic. Like I said, years in the making, and you could tell from the rapping to the production to the concepts throughout the album, it was all great. Moments like him calling out Fantano's hairline, or the iconic orange juice sample that I mentioned, and the
So
skits
good.
of the team of astronauts hovering over Destroy Earth in a spaceship, looking for any form of entertainment, and then they got some Logic music on deck. It was just a great concept. It was fire. Great mix of sounds and lyrical content throughout the album. You got the more introspective songs like Interstellar to the braggadocious songs like Antidote. Great project. 9 out of 10.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I agree with you on a lot of your points you made. So, like you mentioned, Paul Rodriguez, the intro song, it's fucking crazy. 9 minutes, like 6 minutes of just straight bars. 9 minute song, when I see a 9 minute song, I'm like, I don't know about that. And it is probably still a little long, but he delivers. It's a great intro. It's 9 minutes of fire. Highly recommend. The second song, Mission Control. You mentioned this too. The orange juice sample from Tyler and Earl from back in the day. Like, what a great beat. One of my favorite beats of all time. Like, love Mission Control. Deja Vu is the third track. That might be my favorite of the first three, which says a lot. That first 3 track run is just like insane. And Logic has always made a lot of pop culture like references in his music, and he continues to do so on this project, which I always have liked, like the directors and the video games and all that type of shit. Like, I'm a fan of that kind of stuff. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the track on here, like, hits different for me because Tarantino is one of, if not my favorite director, he's one of my favorites. Literally, him and Christopher Nolan are my top two. So, like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's just like, it's like a whole song, just every bar is a reference to a Tarantino movie. Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, Death Proof, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, it's all there. Pulp Fiction, like, such a crazy song. Love the concept. Never heard anything like it. So good. And Logic, he's been doing this for what, 15, 10 years? He's been rapping. Like, he's been in the game a while. Hasn't lost a step at all when it comes to the rapping ability. Rhyme schemes, delivery on this album are as good as ever. I like the beat selection. The production is great, and he did a lot of the production himself. He's like a real musician in there, making the beats, putting it together. Thought the production was really good. I think there's a good variety of fun, braggadocious songs. You get the deeper, introspective songs. He reflects on his past, like his childhood, his past career, but he also kind of lets you know he's not going anywhere. He's still one of the best. And there was that time a few years ago where he retired and then unretired, but in this album he made it pretty clear that he's not done and he's still one of the best in the game. Even some of the more introspective songs that I won't go back to as often, like, I still really like them. Like, it's hard to find a bad song on this album. Like, it is a really, really good. It has a long runtime, which generally I think for me and maybe even for you, like, kind of hinders an album a lot of times. Like, get rid of all this filler. We don't need a 90-minute album. Just, like, give us the best 12 songs. But in this case, I didn't feel like that. I enjoyed the whole run. Even toward the back half of the album, like, 3 out of the last 5 songs I, like, loved. So I didn't mind the long run time here. Definitely one of my personal favorite albums of the year. Top 5 for me this year. 9 out of 10. I agree with you. 9 out of 10. That's where I'm at too. So good, dude. Like, this really impressed me. Like, this is a great album from Logic. People hating Logic and this album online just because it's Logic, fucking whack. Listen to this album. It's so good.
The only thing holding me back from giving it a 10 is the runtime. is maybe a little long, and I feel like there could have been a few more flow switches, a few more different cadences here and there. Not saying he doesn't have great rapping performances throughout the whole thing. I mean, he's spitting absolute bars throughout the whole thing, but I feel like there's a little to be had, a little left to be had.
And just the fact that he's literally like right now in my real normal life, I just watched all of Tarantino's movies in order, and I'm currently watching all of Nolan's movies. Like those are my two favorite directors. He talks about them both and name drops them both. Does a whole song about Tarantino's filmography, which I literally just watched start to finish. Like maybe I'm a little biased because he's talking about shit that I'm into, but I thought this was a great album. Like I'm not opposed to putting this in the perfect album tier. I'll say it right now. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's one of the best albums of the year.
Well, let's look at the tier list. Fuck.
Like in my
Well,
opinion, this goes here.
I'll say this. For me, nah.
You gave it a higher score than the Eminem album.
Yeah, I did. But there's a thing, like, I don't think the Eminem album should be there either. I think because you gave it a higher score than I gave it, so we bumped it up, according to both of us. But I don't know, like, it's a great album, but these are like, I don't know,
I
it's
think
hard.
it's better than all those other three.
I don't
Like
think
to
it.
me,
All right,
it's a
so,
full concept album. The rapping,
well,
like it's
in my opinion, the concept of Samurai is better with just as good rapping. The rapping on Might Delete Later is better, in my opinion. The rapping on Rich Ass Haitian is on par, and the message is better. It's a deeper message. Yes, it's a great album. Um, I think all three of those albums might be better though. Is it better than the Eminem album? Yes, I think it is. But that's not where I would have the Eminem album either. So I guess to like reason with you, I'd probably put it behind Rich Ass Haitian.
I mean, I'm fine with putting it here
Although
as
I
long as
think
it's in the perfect tier. I just think it belongs here. If these albums are here, this deserves to
that's
be.
personally where I would put it, just because I do think, like, I made the arguments for the other three. I think conceptually Samurai is a better album.
Yeah, I
think
don't
the
agree
rapping,
with that either.
I think the rapping on Might Delete Later is better,
I
and
also don't agree with that.
I think the message in Rich Ass Haitian is more important. So
I mean, I agree with that. I guess
I would have those three above it, but yeah, I mean it's a top tier. It's a top tier album for sure.
So if you had to take one of these six and move it down, you would move the Logic one off,
Nah, I would move the Eminem one off
and you would put the Eminem one here.
if I had to. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to, but maybe at the end of the year we decide, all right, we only want 5 perfects or something. So we may have to come to that.
I mean,
It may
Eminem's
come to
my
that.
goat, bro. But these are prime form rappers.
I mean,
Eminem's
this
prime was
Logic
20
album,
years ago.
this Logic album is really good, like
Yeah,
better than I
that's great.
expected. And I like Logic. I'm not like a diehard, but like I like Logic, and this album is great. You should listen to Ultra 85. It's a
Hell
good
yeah.
album.
No, the concept was the best part about it. I mean, on top of the great rapping, what I'm saying? Like I said, it feels like a movie. So
Those
I really
first 3
appreciate
songs,
that.
Paul Rodriguez,
Yeah.
the 9 minutes spitting, then the Orange Juice sample on Mission Control, and then Deja Vu with the crazy production and like rapping delivery switch ups. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
man,
is
it's
it
good.
better than the Eminem album? Yes, bro. Is the Eminem album more nostalgic? Yes.
I put them right pretty equal with each other.
You know what I'm
to me.
saying? I mean, yeah, the Eminem album does have the concept too, so
Like
They're-
those are both
they're pretty
nines up to me.
similar. They're pretty similar, but Mightily Later is like a 9.3 to me. Samurai
that's
is like a 9.5. Like, these are near perfect albums, bro. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think-
Like,
I would put this above everything. I might put this, if this was just my tier list, this might be the number 1 album of the year for me as of now.
you don't think Samurai is a more interesting concept?
No.
I think it is.
Maybe it's a more interesting idea, but I don't think it's a better album. Like, it's a more
That was
abstract and interesting idea, but I don't think it's better.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, yeah, it's a perspective of Amy Winehouse if she was a batterer. That is weird and interesting, but I don't think that just makes it better just because it's interesting. And
No,
weird.
well, obviously not. I think the rapping is arguably better, if not if not the same level.
I would put the rapping on par, yeah. Like,
I think it's better. I would probably. That's the thing. I like Logic's rapping. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like there's room for some. Like I said, the only reason it's not a 10. There's room for some cadence changes. There's room for some. You know, like some different voices in his. Well, of course. Well, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
I mean, yeah. I don't think we're ever gonna give an album a 10 out of 10. Maybe.
Nah.
But like, this is as close as it gets to me. Like, this is a great album.
I mean, yeah, for me personally this year, I think the best album is probably I mean, technically for me, it's probably Samurai, dude. Technically, it's got the concept, it's got the rapping, and then like I guess the consensus best is We Don't Trust You because of the impact and everything, but.
I mean, that's my top 3 is Logic, Eminem, Future, Metro. That's my 3 favorite albums of the year so far, for sure. Like, I would put those as my top 3 right now. If we made a 3 favorite albums of the year, I would probably go We Don't Trust You, Death of Slim Shady, Ultra 85. Like,
yeah, for me, it'd probably be Samurai, Might Delete Later, We Don't Trust You.
Well, there you go. Lots of great albums this week. We covered a lot of stuff today, so make sure you subscribe. Yeah. Leave a comment, show love, follow the socials. We'll be back next week. We got more albums to review. I know we got a Lotto album. We got who else? Big Sean got delayed, but that's coming soon.
Big Sean, Rakim, Lotto, fucking ASAP Rocky coming.
That's the one I couldn't remember.
A lot, dude.
ASAP is the one
They're gonna keep flowing in. They're gonna keep flowing. We got West Side Gun coming soon.
True.
We got who else? JID, hopefully. JID and Denzel Curry coming.
This year. Haven't even started it, but it's coming soon.
But, yeah.
All right, press subscribe. We'll be back next week. We love you. We appreciate you. Let us know what you thought of these albums. And, we'll be back next week. We appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Peace.
It's Off the Top Podcast. Got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top Podcast.